Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here then welcome to my channel. Today's video is so special because we are finally 50,000 strong on this channel. Now my journey here has been so unconventional and you guys have no idea how many times you have pushed me or motivated me to just keep creating content. I still get questions sometimes from friends and family as to how is it that I'm able to manage so many things. And it's just sheer love for YouTube and for creating content and for beauty and makeup and fashion. But I've also had my fair share of days, very honestly speaking, where I've felt like quitting. But that one comment you guys would leave in some of my videos was enough to keep doing what I'm doing right now. And all I have to say is huge thank you to you guys, and that's why I am doing this Q&A on this occasion, and also there's a giveaway towards the end, and so continue watching. I thought before I start the Q&A portion of the video, I'll just answer some FAQs about me, because if there's anybody new who is watching or has joined the channel very recently, I think it would be helpful. So here it goes. Not very good in this, but let's go ahead. I'm Akriti. I'm 29 years old. I'll be turning 30 next year, which is a little terrifying, to be honest. I am married. It's going to be 2 years this November. I married my long-term college boyfriend, who is a Malayali, and I am not. I'm from Ranchi. I live with my in-laws. I've been living with them ever since I got married. And for everybody who asks me how do you manage all of this, and one of the biggest factors are my in-laws. Very understanding, very supporting, very enabling, and letting me do what I do. I have one sibling, my younger sister, who is 4 years younger than me. I think I've made like 3-4 videos minimum with her, so you guys can check that out as well. But I think that pretty much sums up the basics about me. Now let's get started with the Q&A. So one of the most repetitive questions was, what do you work as, what is your position, and where is it that you work? So I'm gonna answer that because I know I've not really talked about this. So currently I'm working in Accenture. My current position is that of a team lead, and my domain would be clinical data management. So if I have to explain clinical data management in simple terms, it would be how exactly a clinical trial is conducted and ultimately how a drug is released into the market in very basic and simple terms. So that's my domain and that's my job. Growing and dua mein yaad rakhna. Thank you so much, that is so nice. Do you regret not doing social media full time? Not regret, but I used to have this thought, very recurring thought, that maybe I should quit my job and then take up social media. Not now, like many years back when I had just started my job. But I'm kind of thankful that I did not take up that decision, because I've realized something about me, that there are very handful brands and agencies that give you the full liberty to be your authentic self when you're collaborating with them, or basically let you be organic and speak your mind and not hamper your thoughts on the product when you are talking about their products. And thankfully I was able to realize very early on, because I remember when I collaborated with one of the first brands ever in my history of the social media content creation. The brand, I remember, made me, or was asking me rather, to refilm the content piece just because I pronounced the name a little differently. It's basically pronounced 2 ways. I was not technically wrong, but they just wanted me to pronounce it some other way. Thankfully I did not agree to that. And not just that, like they would ask me to do re-edits 3 to 4 times, which I mean even happens till date. A lot of brands are just not happy. No matter how much time and effort you put in that piece of content, they want you to go back, revisit, re-edit, send it for approval multiple times. And I realized that that is not the way for me. Now before you guys judge me, you guys must have heard a lot of people saying, you know, 9 to 5 was not for them, which is absolutely okay. And I think in a similar way, I realized that I do not like this whole social media collaboration. And if you want to become a full-time content creation, your major chunk of income should, or rather comes from brand collaborations and not really from AdSense money that Google or YouTube pays you. So thankfully that realization happened rather quickly with me, and I decided not to take up full-time content creation. And I'm quite happy with that decision, honestly, because I know for a fact that there's a lot of money in this industry. There's so many different ways you can earn money by commissions. UGC content has come up now. You know, brands reach out to you and they ask you to film like 30-second, 60-second clip or reel, whatever, and then they would pay you some amount of money to get ownership to that particular piece of content for running ads and everything. So basically there's a lot of money in this industry. But One thing to keep in mind is that for that money to come to your account, there's a lot of chasing that you have to do. There's very limited brands pay you on time. You have to follow up with them for sometimes 6 months, more than 6 months, and that's not very convenient. So I'm happy that I have my job and I do this on the side as a side hustle or a hobby, whatever you want to call it. So do I regret? I do not. Then I have like bunch of questions asking me how do you manage social media job, and then how do you manage social media, balance work, family, personal time so effortlessly, big combo, keep shining. So basically a lot of these questions. Now how do I manage? I think I'm able to manage now because I've realized that right now if I have to be consistent, I can do that by posting short form content very regularly. I'll be honest, when there was no short form content, when the shorts on YouTube did not exist, being consistent was very challenging because creating a full length 12 to 16 minute long video on a weekly basis while having a full-time job was very taxing on me, very tiring on me, and I would fall into this circle where I would be very overloaded with work sometimes. Of course, some months are just unpredictable. You cannot really do anything about it. You're just overloaded. And so I would not be able to create content. Then I would fall into that guilt of not being able to create content. So then I would compensate that by overworking myself on the weekends. The only 2 days I get to relax, I would basically sit and film and edit videos. And then this cycle would continue where I had no social life, no personal life. Anytime my parents, or forget friends, my parents I'm talking about, because even when my parents would ask me to go somewhere with them, I would very politely decline them because I had to do this. I had social media to take care of, and I realized that I am feeling completely burnt out, very demotivated. And then I did some RCA, root cause analysis, and I found out that I'm working the hard way, not the smart way. So the problem with me was I love filming in natural light. Like if you give me an option, if you take away all my studio lights, I would give it happily away. I do not care for it, but for the longest time I did not want to film in artificial light. I think I also have a problem. I think my eyes are very sensitive. Every time I film in artificial light, I just get very tired, and then I have like such weird dreams, and I just wake up feeling very tired the next morning as well when I film with artificial light. So I decided कि ये तो मेरे लिए है ही नहीं, मुझे अगर film करना है तो I have to film in natural light only. So I think that also gave me very little window of the day to film content in. Finally, I think 2-3 years back I invested in some good lighting setup, and I think now I've figured out a way, well not completely, but if I place the lights in certain angles and at a certain distance, it does not affect me as much. But again, there are some days where I'm completely tired filming in artificial light. So basically I try to not be in that mindset or not be comfortable filming in a particular setup only. For me, that was natural light. So right now, even if I have a family event, or I have to go out with my friends on the weekend, or any activity as such on the weekend, I do not decline that anymore. I would go to that event, enjoy my time, have good time with my friends, family, whoever, come back, and then I set up my lights in the night and film peacefully. So I think right now I have fallen into that balanced kind of balanced rhythm of having a social life, personal life, also filming content, and having a job. Not gonna lie, it took me a lot of time to find this balance, and the fact that even if I'm not posting consistently long form videos, if I'm able to post short form content is also helping a lot. So I think it's a mixture of all of these things. The dark side of content creation that nobody talks about. Okay, so like I already mentioned, I feel like social media generally as a job is so glamorized. And I mean, for all good reasons also, like you're getting free stuff, you're being called out to these big events, you're getting to meet celebrities, you're being flown to different countries, which I mean, all of it is paid. If not all of it, most of it is paid. So and also there's a lot of money, like I mentioned, like there's different streams of revenue when you're doing social media, which is great. Like I feel like everybody should talk about all of these perks, and can be a big motivating factor if you want to start out. But I would say that if you're just handling all of this by yourself, you are a team of just one, you yourself, that's it, nobody helping you around, then I think it can be very challenging, because there's a lot that goes behind the scene. You are sometimes contacting the brand. Most times brands or agency reach out to you, but nowadays I've seen that a lot of content creators are upfront reaching out to brands for collaborations and stuff. So you have to do that. Then if they agree, you have to kind of negotiate. You have to give them your commercials, negotiate with the commercials, finalize the commercials. And then some brands are very specific. They want you to give the script, get it approved, and then start to shoot. So write the script, send for approval, get it approved. If the script is not good enough, you have to make changes, again send it for approval, get it approved, film, edit, send the brand the video for approval. Of course, there's going to be minimum 3 to 4 changes. They either don't like the font, or they think that even though you have said it, they also want you to add a text. I'm just giving you examples, but 3 to 4 minimum changes I'm saying. Then you sit and edit that again, send it again for approval, get it approved, and then finally it goes live. All of this you manage just by yourself, only for you to not get the payment 1 month as promised. Which, I mean, there are very limited brands in my experience that do that. A lot of brands, you have to chase them, you have to follow up multiple times on WhatsApp, on emails. If that doesn't happen, you have to go over to Instagram. Basically what I'm trying to say is, like all other jobs, this job also has some gray areas. Not really dark side as the question asked, but certain cons to it which you have to keep in mind before you throw yourself full time into this. I now see that there's this trend of people leaving their job completely and doing this full time, and I'm also seeing a lot of content creators who are now going back to their job, like who have done this full time and they realize that maybe this is not the most sustainable way to go, and they're going back to their job. So I would say that there's a lot to think about if you are planning to do this full time. Also, I see that a lot of content creators are being very vocal about this, of how your payments don't get through in time, and I think that should also be a very important topic in this whole discussion if you're talking about social media as a full-time job. Best social media memory. Okay, my best social media memory would be, I think, working for Nika TV. I did not have the best experience working with them, but just the fact that the kind of response they got with my video being on their channel made me feel a different kind of high. So what happened was, during COVID, I think, I'm sure during COVID, I just don't remember which exact year, I think it was 2020 or 2021, but they were reaching out to content creators to shoot and edit videos for them, and then they would basically take ownership of that video and then post the video on their channel, YouTube channel, which is Nika TV. So they reached out to me and asked me if I can make a video on skincare, and I was down because I was really enjoying taking care of my skin like everybody during the pandemic, right? And I was very, very nervous because of course that would expose me to a very large audience, and I was very nervous when I was filming also, of the way I'm speaking, of the way I'm looking, all of that. And thankfully what happened was, when they posted that video, not only did it gain lots of views, traction and everything, their other videos which they had posted previously also gained a lot of traction. And I remember the person who was coordinating with me, she reached out and she said that, you know what, the video is performing really, really great, and not just that, all our previous videos are also doing great, so thanks to you. And also they posted that video on Nika app itself, which I had no clue that they do that, because I mean, I never paid attention. I was never really interested in that aspect. But I think now they do that all the time. Like if you scroll down, if you go to the homepage of Nika app, if you scroll down, you'll see a video which is mostly from Nika TV. And I was randomly on Nika app, I scroll down and I see my video, my face on Nika app. That was so motivating, honestly. So many of you guys left such lovely comments in that video as well. I was again very skeptical of the comments, right? And I see that a lot of people in the comments are my subscribers commenting that I'm just here for Akriti, and that really made my day. You guys, you have no idea that little comment supported me in such a big way. I know this is not huge for a lot of people who are doing this full time, but for me, being able to do this for Nika TV and then my video being on the app itself was, I think, highlight of my career so far. I have so many questions on PMP as well, and I keep getting these every once in a while. You guys, I keep getting people DMing me as to why did I do PMP and other questions as well, what materials to use and everything. And I know that I'm getting these questions because of the video I made on how I passed my PMP exam on the first try. And honestly, all the advice that I can give you is already in that video. There's nothing more that I can help you with. Some people just want to randomly connect and I'm not really sure how I can help. So I never respond. I'm sorry if you're one of them and I've not responded to your PMP questions, but honestly, seriously, like I cannot give you any more advice. Everything that I learned during my PMP preparation process is already in that video, so I'm going to leave it in the description box below. You can check that out. But I want to answer this question as to why I did PMP. So ever since I started my career, it was very clear to me that my ultimate goal is going to be getting into leadership role, and I was very vocal about it in my organization as well. But ultimately I thought that it was time to sort of upskill myself, and I think the whole credit goes to my first team lead, who suggested that if you're into leadership roles, PMP is a good course to do. And so finally in 2022 I decided that it was time for me to upskill, and right after my marriage went completely into it, preparation, got myself enrolled. So basically PMP is for anybody who wants to get into leadership role or project manager role. As the name suggests, PMP stands for project management professional, or you can also get hired as scrum master if you're working in an agile environment. So it really basically opens a lot of doors into all of these roles, which is why I took up this course. I have another question on career. It says, is BSc chemistry biology sufficient to get corporate job? Or okay, I'm so sorry Vishruta, I did not take full screenshot of your question, so I cannot read the second part. But is it enough to get a corporate job? I think it is. I have done BSc in microbiology, biochemistry and genetics. I did not pursue my masters, directly went into job, and you can get into corporate. Why not? I mean, if you want to pursue your masters, that also can be a good call. Love your content, thank you so much. And the same person asked, can we start YouTube now? Will it be a good idea? I'm not reading usernames, guys, because it's just, I'm very bad with like names in general. तो ये तो फिर ऐसे underscore and all है ना, तो I'm sorry. But can we start YouTube now? Yes, you can. Why not? Like I mentioned, there are so many people on YouTube right now who have grown exponentially just making short form content. But one thing I've noticed is a lot of people who started during pandemic 2020, 2021 have this like unique style of editing and presenting the video. It's giving very Pinteresty aesthetic vibes. So if you can add those elements in your videos, I think it will be more watchable, more enjoyable. Can I ever be on your YouTube videos? That is why Bhabi asking this question. Bhabi, I'll message you right after this. But what? We should plan and make this happen. How have you been? Miss talking to you. That is Sindhu. Okay, makes sense. So I would be very chatty on Instagram DMs with so many of you guys, and I've not been able to do that from past, I would say, 1 year or so. Of course, newer responsibilities, but also last 1 year for us as a family has gone into home hunting over the weekends. That's all that we have been doing, and we are so happy that we have finally found a place that is going to be our home. It's going to be the first time that my sister and I as adults are going to see a place coming together. So my father built a home in Ranchi when we were little kids. I think I was 4 years old and my sister was 6 months old, if I'm not wrong, 4 or 5 years old. And of course, never really saw anything coming together, the house being built, the interiors, none of that. So the fact that we can finally call a place home in a city that is not Ranchi makes us super happy. We are so excited. The whole process has been very tiring, yes, but also very exciting. We are using all our creativity right now in the interior portion of the home, but it's super exciting. So how have I been? Well, kind of busy in all of this, and I think we'll be busy up until November, December, and then finally my parents will move into the home, which is going to be so exciting. But yeah, that's how I have been. Thank you for asking, Sindhu. I think I've answered most of the questions. Now let's move on to the giveaway part of the video. So 50,000 subscribers. I thought long and hard as to what I can do, what special can I do, and then I realized that I like it when I'm able to make the purchase of my choice, right, instead of receiving random gifts. And so I thought I'll do that for my giveaway as well. So I'm going to have 3 winners for this giveaway. The first winner is going to get rupees 5,000 voucher of your choice. So if you guys want Amazon, Myntra, Nykaa, Flipkart, whatever, if you win the giveaway, all you need to do is just let me know which voucher do you need. The second winner gets 3,000 rupees gift card, and the third winner gets this huge goodie box that I've been compiling over the last few months, and I am so excited. I was waiting. Okay, I was waiting to do this giveaway. Rules are going to be very simple. All you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, follow me on Instagram. You have to like, share, comment on this video, as well as engage on all of my upcoming YouTube and Instagram videos. You can like, comment, share, save, all of that jazz on Instagram as well. And yeah, I think I shall announce the giveaway winners on 23rd of November. All the best, you guys. Super excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. That pretty much completes this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell notification right next to it. You can follow me on Insta, and I'll see you in my next video.